Hello everyone, this is JDL Productions. Now, basically what I'm going to be doing today is I realized that I have a couple of units in my collection that I can think of off the top of my head at the moment that I do not exactly have proper video reviews of on my channel. Now, I probably had video reviews of them at one point, but then I just ended up like deleting them for whatever reason, so I'm just going to be remaking a couple of them in sort of more HD quality, as you can see here. Yeah, now the first unit I'm going to be doing a video review of, or sort of a re-review of, if you will, is my Fyrnetics Lifesaver 0908. Now, this was Fyrnetics Lifesaver's escapelight unit from the late 80s and early 90s. As you can see right here, it's got the escape light in the middle. It also, as well as the escape light, has a hush control, as you can see right there. That's what this button's for. Now, the cover on this is pretty large, and it sort of resembles an F900D. Now, these, believe it or not, were actually made a bit later than the F900Ds. This was sort of the escape light version of the 0905 right here. Well, since it has the silencer, in a more technical sense, it's the escape light version of the 0906, because the 0906 is basically the 0905 with a silencer, as you can see right here. But yeah, but they, for some reason, they just made the cover large, and it resembles a F900D, and a lot of people seem to get this mistaken for being the escape light version of the second gen F900D, which it is not. It's a bit later than that. Now, if we open it up here, you can see there is the inside. It takes two batteries, one for the light, one for the actual unit itself. There's the escape light right in the center there. There is your piezo. It's the sort of the classic Fyrnetics style piezo. And then over here is the ionization chamber, as you can see right there. And then right here is the test button, and there is the silence button right there. Now, as you can see, this one uses the slightly newer Fyrnetics style ionization chamber. It's still like metal, but it's sort of like plastic metal. It's hard to explain. Now, there was an older version of this sensor, which was like an actual metal sensor. We'll use my first gen F900D here as an example. Let's go and open this up here. That right there is the older metal sensing chamber that the really old Fyrnetics Lifesaver units used. Now, from what I know, there were some very early versions of the 090X series units, like the 0905 and the 0908 and the 0906, that did use the that metal sensing chamber, the one that I just showed you, which was in my first gen F900Ds. There were some very early versions of these that used that sensing chamber. Somebody in the smoke alarm community, who I don't think has a YouTube channel, he has an 0905 that he got from his friend's house that has that style sensing chamber. Now, if we look on the inside of the cover here, there is the label. Sort of an interesting thing they do with these, they always put the labels on the inside of the cover. As you can see, Lifesaver model 0908. This little red thing right here is just some notice, and I'm not sure what this thing is. Oh, it's like battery specifications. All right, this part right here is just battery specifications, and yeah. Now, right here is the box that the unit originally came in. I do not have the manual. I probably just threw it away because that's how I was when I was younger. Here's the box it originally came in. As you can see, there's a nice little cutout in the center where you could sort of see the unit when you bought it. Sort of like what Jameson did with their units. Yeah. And as you can see at the top of the box there, it says the model number is printed. There's your UL label. Now here is the back of the box. As you can see right there, there's sort of a clear shot of the unit, and it just tells you what some of the features are. And yeah, and then there's some more information right there. There's your Fyrnetics logo down at the bottom there. And yeah. Now, like I said, I do no longer have the manual, so I'll just go ahead and put that to the side. Now, a couple other people that I do know of that have this unit. Nathaniel has one, aka Enland, if you weren't aware. Baltimore Alarms and Fans has one, and Federal 3T22 has one as well. Now, Federal 3T22's is a little different. The escape light on his actually pulsates when the detector beeps. The one on mine, the one on Ben's, and I'm not sure about the one on Nathaniel's because he's never tested it, but the one on me and Ben's, at least, the light is just on steady, so it does not pulsate as the detector beeps. So yeah, without further ado, I really don't know what else there is to say about this. Let's go ahead and give it a test. So yeah, the escape light isn't that bright. I'm actually going to turn this light off right here, and we're going to see how bright it is when it's sort of darker. So here we go. Well, it's actually a lot brighter there. You could actually see the reflection of it on the ceiling. I guess when there's just light sort of reflecting on the unit itself, the escape light just seems a bit more dim. So, yeah, I really don't know what else there is to say about this. That is sort of a re-review, if you will, of my Fyrnetics Lifesaver 0908.